Okay, so welcome to the strength yoga class. You are going to need a block, a blanket, and at the end of the class, a bolster, but definitely at least start out with the block and the blanket for during the class because you'll need those, possibly a strap. So if you do have a strap, have that close by. We might be using a strap today. Okay, so let's get started with our warm up. So coming to your mat, we're going to take our arms and open up and then just open up nice and wide. We're going to do nice stretching here to start. So leaning to the right side, opening up. And I just have my toes turned out and then coming up and going to the other side. And then up, and we're going to rotate now. Rotate. And then up. And rotate. And then lift, dropping to the right. Coming up and going to the left. And then moving it across. And then up and going to the other side. We'll do that one more time. Up and leaning. And come up, go to the other side. And then up, rotating. And lift. And rotate. Good, and then coming up. Bringing your hands in, you're going to turn your heels and drop into a squat. Take the hands all the way down. Drop down and then round up. Drop down and round. Down and round, down and round. Good. And then we're going to hold it down. Keep your navel drawn in this time. Take your right shoulder and move it to the side. Kind of breathe into the ribs. And then going to the other side. Same thing. Breathe into the ribs. Good. And then turning your toes in. Interlace your fingers behind you like this. But your toes go in and you're going to drop. Lift. Opening up the upper back and shoulders. Good, and then releasing, and now we come to the top of the mat, and I'm already boiling. So let me just take my shirt off. Not off, no. Just the one outer shirt. That would be interesting. Okay. From here, hands to the heart, we're gonna reconnect with breath. So inhale 4 counts with your breath. And then exhale 4 counts. Inhale 4 counts. Exhale 4 counts. Do that one more time. Inhale 4. Exhale and release your arms. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down into a forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, reach. Exhale, rotating to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale up. And exhale, rotating to the left. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. Bend the knees, inhale up. Exhale, rotating right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Bend the knees, inhale up. And exhale, rotating to the left. Okay, moving on. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, Exhale all the way down. Inhale, add an extension. Step back, right leg lunge. Hold it there. Take a moment. Draw your navel in. Try to really get some length here. Draw back through that lengthened heel and forward through the knee. Even out your breath. And if you're having a hard time with breath, take the tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth. That will help. Step back, down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana, drawing your navel in, spreading your toes, drawing your heels down. Opening up your armpits. One more breath. Then dropping down onto your knees, shifting forward into half plank. So remember this because this is a modification. Lowering from there. Lift up Ujanasana. And then press back, down dog. And again, draw your navel in, open up the armpits. If you're a little more flexible in your back, what happens is people tend to drop, but you do want to keep the lower ribs pulled up. So even in down dog, the lower ribs stay pulled up. Get hollow in your belly. And then picking up your right leg and stepping forward for a lunge. We're going to pause here. Really reach through that extended leg heel. Forward through the knee. You're moving and activating in opposite directions. Then your back leg steps in, and from there go into an extension. So your hands can either be on the ground or on the shins. And then fold. Inhale up. So we're going to move through that a little bit quicker. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, extension. Step back, right leg lunge. And then back into down dog. Drop down onto your knees, shift forward into half plank, lower. Lift up Ujanasana. And press back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Picking up your right leg, stepping forward, lunge. And then your back leg steps forward, go right into an extension. Fold. Inhale up. 2 more times. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, extending the spine. Step back, right leg lunge. Step back into down dog. Drop down onto your knees or shift into plank, lower on your exhale. Lift up Ujanasana on your inhale and press back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Picking up your right leg, step forward, lunge. And then your left leg steps forward, extension, fold. Inhale all the way up, last one. Exhale down. Inhale, extending the spine. Step back, right leg lunge. Step back into down dog. Shifting forward plank or modified to the knees, lower. Lift up Ujanasana. Press back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Right leg steps forward, lunge. Left leg steps forward, extension. Fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, Surya Namaskar B. It is still a warm-up sequence. We're going to do 2 of those so that we can move on. A little bit more challenging. So you bend your knees and inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, extension. Step back into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to, otherwise lower. Lift. Press back into down dog. Then your right leg steps forward, warrior 1. Drop your back heel and reach. Pause there. Open up the arms. So get some length in the arms. The arms are going to be right next to the ears, and you are looking up. There is a back bend in this pose. So really opening up the chest. And then release, step back into plank. This transition is called Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower, hover, lift up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, down dog. Stepping the left leg forward, Virabhadrasana 1, reach, same thing. Open up. Bend that knee. Keep the arms lined up next to the ears. Bend the knee. Hips are square. And then release. Again, step back. Plank, lower. Lift, up dog or cobra. Back, down dog. Look up at your hands and step or hop. So if you're stepping, you just walk your feet right up. Go into an extension. And then fold. Bend the knees. Inhale up. And then exhale, tall. Awesome. Inhale, bend again. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, extension. Step back into plank. Lower, hover, lift, up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, down dog. Step your right leg forward, warrior 1. Reach. Bend the knee. Good, you guys look great today. And then release, step back, lower, lift, back down dog. Stepping the left leg forward, warrior 1, reach. And then release. Again, step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift. Roll over the toes, down dog. Look up at your hands and step or hop. Go into an extension. Fold. Bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, standing tall. Inhale up again. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank and lower all the way down. We're going to hold it here. Interlace the fingers behind you. Lift up and then lift the legs. Everything lifts. Lift up. Reach through the legs. Lift through the upper body. Hold. Now, everybody, draw your navel in. Keep lifting the chest. Draw your navel in. Then release your hands down. Lower the legs. Lift up Ujanasana. Press back. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Down dog. Pick up the right leg. Warrior 1. Reach up. And we're adding a twist. And then twist. You can modify it by just extending the arms. So you should be rotating left arm on the right thigh. Lean back. Push the top hand down into the bottom hand. Lean back. Draw your chin in. Okay, so we are literally reaching from here. You're going to go from here. If you're in the open arm position, you reach forward with your arms and lift the back leg up. Super strong. Now then drop the left hand to the ground and then open up. Parvarita Ardha Chandrasana. Pretty challenging, so you can do it with your foot on the ground. Then you're going to swing your right arm around and the back leg steps in. Bring your feet together. Sit. Utkatasana. The hands come in and then you drop them down and hold. Slow down the breath. Take the tongue and place it at the roof of the mouth. Drop deeper. Drop deeper. Drop deeper. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, add an extension. Step back into plank, lower, all the way down. Again, we're gonna hold it here. Interlace your fingers behind you. Lift, and then lift the legs. So once you're lifted as high as you can go, thighs are off the ground, chest is off the ground, then you're gonna lift your navel. That's the hard part. Lift your navel. Awesome. Lift your navel. Good, then release, hands come right next to your chest. Push up, Ujanasana Cobra. Draw your chin in though. Draw your chin in. Good, then press back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Good job, you guys. All right, now your left leg steps forward. Warrior one, reach. Remember to keep the arms lined up right there with the ears. Keep them lined up. And then we add rotation. So you rotate to the left. Your arms can either be open. So I'm going to rotate this way so you can see what we're doing. You're either open or you come down, push the top hand into the bottom. Now remember where we're going. Pretty challenging because you're going to be coming up into a balancing posture, a challenging balancing posture with no arms. So it means you can modify. So from here, you reach your arms out, right out in front of you, and then lift. You can stay up on the toe, and then start to lift the back leg up. Then drop the right hand to the ground and open up the left arm into the air. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. Swing that left arm around and you step your back leg in. You come to the top of your mat. Drop down low. I want you to go really low here. Drop your butt way down. Draw your navel in and then lift your chest. This time the arms go up. Drop low, lift the chest. So I do not want you looking down. I want you looking up. The chest comes up, but you sit low. Navel in. Build strength. And then inhale up. Nice, you guys. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, extension. Step back into plank. Lower. All the way down. Okay, interlace. Lift. And lift your legs. So you can either stay here or this time bend at your knees, grab your ankles. Lift up higher. Everybody draw your navel in. Lift. Draw your chin down, but look up. And then release, coming up into Ujanasana Cobra. Pressing back into down dog. Pick up your right leg and step forward, warrior two, open up. Okay, so settle into the pose here. This class is all about building strength. We get into these poses and we find that spot where we can really challenge ourselves, build some strength. Don't just get into the pose and make it easy for yourself. You do want to have a challenge. You don't want to go beyond where you're so uncomfortable, you're not able to hold the pose. So you have to find that balance. Drop. And then from there, we're going to take that top arm and it reaches into Parsva Konasana, but we're going to do the same thing that we were just doing. We're going to reach both arms out. This is even more challenging because you're in a wider stance. Okay, so here's your modification. You're going to slide your back leg in, reach both arms out. So I still have my foot on the ground, and then lift. And then lift. I'm turning, I'm facing this side, then drop your right hand down, and the left hand goes up. Both legs are super strong. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. And then from there, lower. So you're going to lower back into a bent leg position, come into warrior four. Look up at that arm. Good. And now your right hand is going to come to the ground. Right hand comes to the ground. I want you to turn the left foot. Watch what we're going to do. We're going to literally pick up the right leg and take it in front and then open. Modification is to take the leg and just bend it. Okay? So you're either in this position of Vashisthasana, side plank, or you're extending the leg out and pushing your hips up. Push up. You choose. It's isometric. So you're really building that core strength. Swing the arm around. Step back into down dog. Shifting forward into plank, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Oh, we're going to take it all the way to the ground. Interlace our fingers and lift up. Lift your legs. You can either stay here or bend at the knees, grab, lift. Watch your chin, you guys, keep it in. Remember that the neck is just an extension of the spine. Think about what the cervical spine should look like, right? So when we jet our chin forward too much, that is not natural for the cervical spine. But if your spine is going into a back bend, then there is a little bit of a lift with the head and the chin. But the chin and the head stay connected as one unit. All right, then release your hands, come down, Cobra, Ujanasana. Press back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Take a moment there, take a few breaths. Come back into your breath. Then stepping the left leg forward, Virabhadrasana 2. And again, we're holding this pose with strength. We want to have some strength here. Drop a little lower, super strong. Drop lower. Try to come to 90 degrees here in the knee. Okay, and then we are going to lift that back arm because we're moving into that balancing posture. So we're in Parsvakonasana, modified here at first. Okay, then we slide the back leg in. That's kind of nice. I have this cabinet here. Then you drop the left hand to the ground, lift your back leg up. Your hand goes on the ground the length of your torso. And if you want to use a block here, that's fine. And then open up that right arm. Both legs are super active and strong. Turn your head to the side if you are balanced today. Every day is a different day with balancing postures. super strong. You have to really be present. And then lowering and lifting up for warrior 4. Turn your head and look up. Drop low, drop low. And then your hand is going to come to the ground. So the left hand comes to the ground on the big toe side of the foot. And you're going to either take the leg back so that you're on the knee, or it extends out to the side underneath you. And you push up through the hips, Vashisthasana variation. So if you're here, you want to just still keep pushing up through the hips. If you're here with the extended leg position, you're really pushing up through the hips. Watch your chin, you guys. Then swinging that right arm around, push back into down dog. Shift forward plank, lower, hover, lift, up dog or cobra. Press back, down dog. All right, rest in child's pose. So take your child pose, first child pose of the day. Rest. Let your arms rest at your side. Open up the knees, big toes together. Okay, so if you do have your head turned to the side, just make sure that you rotate it to the other side so you don't end up with a tweak in your neck. But typically you do want to be having the forehead down. Slow down the breath. Settle the breath. Okay, from there, come back into down dog. Pick up your right leg and step forward for a high lunge. So separate your feet a little bit. So what I mean by that is widen your base. The right foot goes to the right, the left foot goes to the left. Not too wide, but at least hip width apart. And then we come up. And the hands are going to come right up to the shoulders. Okay. The leg that you're going to be focusing your strength into is the front leg. So you're literally going to drive down through the heel. So from here, we drop. And I want you to bring focus into that front heel and then push into that foot and lift up and reach your arms up. Down and push. Now, if you're having an issue with balance, you need to widen your base a little bit more. 3, keep going. Drive into that front heel. Drive into the heel. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to go all the way down to the ground. So drop the knee to the ground, shift your hips forward, drop down. The hands are then going to come to the ground and then lift up on the top of the back foot. So you lift your knee up off the ground. Yeah, I know it's intense for the top of the foot. Back of the knee is off the ground, and then release and lift up again. And then we open up our arms to the side and drop down. Okay, so you rotate towards that front leg, open up, drop down. Now, if you want to go deeper, I have a block here. If you want to go deeper, you can use a block and drop the hand down to the block and then lift your back leg up. Or you can take the hand to the ground. You got it, Kate. Now lift that back hand up above the shoulder. Step back towards the back, lift it above the shoulder. Here you go, right there. Yeah, towards the head. Then swing the arm around, step back into plank, lower hover, lift up dog or cobra, press back into down dog. Pause there. Picking up that left leg. And then you're going to step forward again for a high lunge, widen your base. Widen your base. Okay. Once you've done that, then you lift up. Now, if you're noticing that you're already having an issue with balance, go wider. Okay. That we're going to drive our effort into the front heel. So this foot in the front is the foot that works. This time your arms are going to go out to the side. So you drop and then lift, drop, lift, drop, drive that energy into the front foot and heel. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And we hold it here. Drop down onto the knee. Shift your hips forward. Go forward. Hold it there. So a couple of you guys, your front foot, the foot is back a little too far, so the heel is lifting. You got to wiggle that foot up a little bit. Wiggle it up. Get the ankle right underneath the knee. Then drop your hips forward. Yeah. And then lifting. So lift. Open up your arms. So you're rotating the torso towards the front leg. And then we drop. Shift your hips forward. So this then, oh, I forgot to lift my back foot. That's fine, I'll do it in a minute. This then turns into grabbing the block, taking the block to the ground, curling your toes under and lifting your back leg up. Or your hand can go to the ground. Watch the arm that is up above you guys. Keep it more towards the head, not the back. Good. Elena, you look great today. And then swinging that arm around. That's a hard pose. We're going to shift forward again, lengthen out the back foot. Lengthen it up and then lift the back knee up so you're on the top of the foot. And by the way, you can challenge yourself by coming up here onto the knee and lifting way harder. Good. From there, step back into down dog. Shift forward into plank, lower, then lift up dog or cobra. And again, we're going to go down dog, holding it for 1 whole minute, and then we'll rest in child's pose. 1 whole minute. Hey, Alice. We've only got 22 minutes of class left. That's okay. You're going to get the stretching part. How nice. I think she did that on purpose. All right, so you're holding down dog. You guys are almost done. You have 25 seconds left. Okay, so Elena, press back a little bit more so that you don't have your, yes, drop your head, relax your head. Yeah. All right, you guys, rest in child's pose. So I would say, Alice, stay in down dog. So child's pose, rest. All right, from there, coming back into down dog, step your right leg forward. We're gonna go into Trichonosana, so using a block. If you have one, it goes on the baby toe side of the foot. Line up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. So you can modify here. If you don't have a block, your hand can go in the shin. So you're in Trichonosana at the level that's right for you. Both legs are straight. Lining up the torso with the front leg. So we are going into another balancing posture. From here, you're going to pick up the right hand wherever it is and reach it out. Both hands then drive forward, going into Ardha Chandrasana. Lift your back leg. So you're here with the foot on the ground. Lift your back leg, reach. Drop the hand to the ground again. Open up. Ardha Chandrasana. Now we are changing our hip position. So from here, we shift back, like we're gonna go into Trikonasana, then you drop your back foot and turn that left hip forward. Drop the left hand to the ground and then open up. We rotate. You're in a high lunge. Drop the back knee. Now shift your hips forward. Drop the back knee and shift your hips forward. So if your knee is irritated, then you can take a blanket underneath your knee. I sometimes need to do that. So I just did that. Then dropping down, I'm going to keep rotating. So what you want to do is this front foot is then going to wiggle its way closer to the edge of your mat as you drop your torso back. Open up the chest towards the ceiling. Then drop the arm, lift your back leg in, pull it in, quadricep stretch. Keep lifting the chest. Keep lifting the chest. So you know what would make this easier? Alex, grab a block. Come up on the block. Look at how much higher I am now. So I just took the block and I made myself way higher. Now I don't have to reach back as far to grab that foot. Or a strap. This is a good time to add a strap. Good. And release down. Curl your toes under behind you. Pull your back leg in, keeping your hips square. So right hip back, left hip forward. We go into Parvarita Trikonasana. So rotate and open up. Swing the arm around and stepping back into down dog. Shifting forward into plank, lower hover, lift up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, down dog. Hold it there. All right, then stepping that left leg forward. And we're going into Trikonasana. So use your block if you need to, or the hand can go at the shin open. Make sure you're keeping the torso lined up with the front leg so you're not leaning forward. That is a tendency in this pose. We're going from Trikonasana into Ardha Chandrasana, but I want you to challenge yourself by moving into it with no arms here at first. So you're going to reach and then reach. Slide the back leg in. Slowly lift. And then drop your arm. Do it. You have to be very slow, very deliberate. Turn your head to the side if you feel nice and strong. And then from there, we're lowering. And we're changing our hip position, right? So you're going to drop down. Good. And then open up. Rotate. Good, and dropping the back knee. Okay, so use your block if you need to. I'm gonna start out modified it here. Drop your back knee, open up, reach back behind you, lift. If you have an issue with the knee, you need a little more padding, give yourself that. It's your practice. Do what's right for you. Keep the chest lifted. And remember, if you can give yourself a little more space, you'll be able to reach back further. So that means that work that left heel to the edge of the mat and then open up the chest to the ceiling. Then lean back. It's a lot easier. Good, and then from there, releasing. You're going to straighten that back leg, pull it in, both legs straight, go right into Parvarita Trikonasana. So triangle with a twist. Both legs straight. Okay, watch your chin, you guys. Okay, so Elena, other hand on the ground. Rotate. Yeah, and now bring the block on the big toe side of your foot instead of the baby toe side. There you go. That's it. Let the arm, a couple of you guys are dropping your arm down towards your back, lift it up towards your head. So it's not like over the ear, but it's just up. All right, then swing the arm around, step back into down dog, shift forward into plank, lower hover, lift up dog or cobra, and roll over the toes, down dog. Okay, from here, look up at your hands, and you're gonna either walk or jump through. Okay. Going down onto your back. Find your heels, push up. Into bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Right leg comes up, reach straight up. So strengthening the back body. Interlace your fingers underneath you or the hands are down, flat. And switch and go to the other side, push, lift. And then bringing it down, lowering, draw your knees into the chest. You want to hook right into the elbows, interlace your fingers, rock side to side. Go into baby finds his feet. So you're going to find your baby toe side of your foot, grab or your ankles, draw the knees down into the armpit and then press the sacrum into the floor. And again, we're going to rock side to side. Rock side to side. It's actually really good for your spine. And then holding it in the center, keep drawing the knees down, toes above you, press into the sacrum. Good, and then from there, your legs are going to come up, open up your arms to the side, draw your legs to the right side. Then the top leg, the left leg extends, turn the toe and lift the heel and hold it there. So it stretches the outer hip, the IT band. You want to keep reaching the foot up closer towards the head. So you're not letting that leg rest on the floor. You're holding it just above, but keep reaching the heel up. So internally rotate. And then release and go to the other side. So you're dropping your knees down to the left side now and extending that top leg. The right leg extends. Turn the toes down, lift the heel. You're either grabbing at the ankle or you can grab the foot. Doesn't really matter. And again, outer hip, IT band stretching here, sometimes the back of the leg, but I do want you to keep the foot up off the ground, toes down, heels up. Good, and then release from there. Legs come up, and we're going to lower to lift ourselves up. And at this point, you're going to want to sit on a blanket. Sit on a blanket. The right leg is going to come in, the left leg extends. And then we rotate around that leg to get a nice twist. And then extending the right leg on top of the left leg. So you see that crisscross applesauce, and then go forward. So the right leg is on top of the left. It's going to emphasize stretching the back bottom leg, the left leg. And then releasing and bending the left leg, bringing it in, sitting up tall, rotating around that leg. Look behind you. And then straightening out that leg. The left leg now goes on top of the right and reach. And then lifting up. Good. From there, we're going to take it back onto our back. Do a little rotating side to side. And then another bridge, push up. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. So in Shavasana, you want something to cover your eyes. You might need to support the low back by placing a bolster underneath your knees. Make sure that you cover yourself up and you're warm. Hands are going to rest at the hip and upper thigh, palms up, shoulder blades underneath you. And then cover the eyes, close your eyes, let the breath move in and out of the nose, and move that body into stillness. Let the mind move into the stillness with the body. Good, and begin to deepen your breath. Very slowly roll to your right side. Rest there. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So once you're seated comfortably, make sure that you're lifting up through the spine. Crown of the head is reaching up. Hands together, thumbs connect to the heart. Close your eyes. Come back into balancing that breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the nose. Balanced, even breath. Slow everything down inside the body. Allow your mode today to be very deliberate. Move with ease. Move with comfort. Feel a sense of peace within. Establish that. May you have a beautiful day. Namaste. Good job, you guys.